All right, guys, we're here at CrossFit Anywhere. We're going to give you guys a rundown on 15.4. It was just announced. The movements, you know, never seen before. So kind of a big deal. Handstand push-ups coming out this week, especially in the climbing the ladder fashion. You called that, man. You knew it.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think I wanted it so badly that's kind of the reason I called it, right?
Yeah, so this is an awesome workout for you. Ben is going to slaughter this workout.
Power cleans and handstand push-ups, if there was something I had to compete with some of the best in the world at, I would try this workout.
Yeah, you would try this workout.
I might
try this workout.
I'm going to do this workout. I would have shortened the time domain slightly. I might have raised the weight on the power clean, but
True.
What are you going to do, right? You can take what you can get.
The rest of us mortals have to be able to do it as well, so thankfully it's not more than 185.
Yeah.
But what are your first impressions on this thing?
Well, my first impression was when I saw the way they were devising the standard for the handstand push-up. Mm-hmm. We've never seen that before. You know, it's very similar, it's same sort of feeling as the ring dip at regionals, where they're measuring it based on the athlete. So very, very different.
I love it, by the way. I think this is such a smart move. One of the smartest things that the competition committee, if that's what we're calling them, has come up with in a while. Because I'm one of those guys who I feel like it's so unfair for it to arbitrarily be a box for you to put your hands in, and that's the measure of the handstand. So I think this is great.
I mean, side note, do you think we'll see the same standard at regionals?
Absolutely. Definitely. I think this is like the new standard.
Right. Like it's just that much easier. So.
Right, and well, it's smarter. You know, it's each athlete's individualized, and it makes it so. As long as you're in a legit handstand, that's an easy way to measure it.
Right.
As long as you don't cheat the measurement at the beginning, I think it's good. I think it's gonna stay.
Good. So, I mean, looking at this couplet here, I mean, it's really easy to see that this very quickly becomes a handstand push-up workout for the people who have both these movements. So, from that, like looking at that, you got to make sure that you take care of shoulder fatigue, right? That shoulder burn cannot get too intense too early in the workout. That was when I looked at it. That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, and we saw it on the video with Scott and Josh. Josh was out there doing fast, strict handstand push-ups and touch and go power cleans, and by the third or fourth round, he had lost his lead, and Scott was on his way to it. Was a pretty easy victory overall. So it definitely doesn't pay to be out fast. We kind of did some quick math for you guys. The reps are pretty low until you get to round 5. This is where the workout starts. So this 1 through 4, right? The handstand push-ups are only at 12. Power cleans are only at 6. Everybody's going to be about the same through those first 4 rounds. It's rounds 5, 6, and 7. That's where people are going to separate. And it's going to be the people that paced it correctly on the handstand push-ups and the people that have good technique and aren't getting no reps.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at that rep scheme, you see the math works out so that you're at 45 handstand push-ups by the time you get to the round of 15 handstand push-ups, which is the same volume in a workout as something, say, like Diane, which is a 21-15-9, which also has 45 handstand push-ups. A workout like that, there's not much separation between an athlete like Blair or myself time-wise. We're both going to finish sub 3, and we're both going to do about the same amount of work. But this workout is 8 minutes. So the workout really isn't those first 45 handstand push-ups. It's the 45 handstand push-ups or potentially more past that. So make sure you guys are treating this workout like that. Those first 45 handstand push-ups or 66 reps total are going to be essentially buy-in to the rest of the workout.
A couple of tips on the technique for the handstand push-ups. With this new judging standard, it's really important that you guys don't spread your hands too wide, even though you may be used to doing that at your day-to-day gym. So keep them in, because that's going to make you longer. And when you finish the movement, you need to stretch your heels for the ceiling. Rather than just getting your legs to the wall, like I typically do, I found out that the hard way, I really need to stretch my heels and keep my feet together. When I do that, I make my distance every time. When I don't, when I'm under fatigue, I don't, and that's a no rep that I can't afford to have, and neither can you.
You think about the handstand push-up, both ends, both the arms. When the arms are too wide, you bring yourself and you make yourself shorter, making it more difficult to get to the line. But also, if your feet go too wide, you're also making yourself shorter. So it can happen at both ends. So you need to make sure that you keep the feet narrow, like Blair was saying, and the hands reasonably narrow so that you can make sure that you're going to get that full height, and then pull those toes back down towards your face or point the heels to the sky, whichever one you want to think about.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of ignoring the power clean in our discussion because you're going to do singles. No matter how good you are at power cleans, you're going to do singles, maybe until the last set, because the workout, you make or break it on the handstand wall. That's the one that's going to get you more muscle fatigue. If If you do 3 in a row or 6 in a row on the power clean, you're just rushing back to the wall and giving yourself less time to rest. So I don't know. I wouldn't advise anybody to try to go touch and go on the cleans until their last set when they're just trying to cram reps in. You agree?
I agree. I mean, unless you could do a 185-pound power clean for like 30 touch and go reps and still be breathing fine at the end of it. Like, if you have that kind of motor, but otherwise, 99.9% of even the top 1% are going to be doing singles. And you, like we said, you saw Josh go 3, 6, and I believe he went to singles at 9 at his third set of power cleans. And by minute 37, Scott had caught up with him, despite the fact that Josh was going strict handstand push-up and touch and go power cleans.
Right. It doesn't pay. Bottom line. You guys, because it's an 8-minute workout, the volume you're going to accumulate will probably be relatively low. Be careful on your necks when you guys are kipping your handstands. Don't get loose at the bottom because your neck will do this and you'll be sore the next day, which means if you ever want to do it again, you're not going to be able to do it again. So be under control at the bottom, please. This is not something you want to go diving to the ground. I just don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Yeah, so high volume on the handstand push-up, but the last part would be if you are going to redo this workout, know that there's a learning curve. So some of these things are new skills for us. So the handstand push-up, it's just a different standard. You might get more familiar with it as you go, so you could really see some improvement. So maybe do half the workout.
Yeah, like we did. We just did 3 minutes of it before we started.
Exactly. So 3 minutes of the workout, kind of got familiar with it, made it so we could talk about it. We watched Scott, we watched Josh go through it. You might do the same thing.
Yeah. All right, guys, good luck.